Hello, I'm Semele Sherry of Triple Moon, and in my little talky bit today I wanted to encourage you to work with the moon, but perhaps in a way that you haven't done before, because we all know about the new moon signifying new beginnings, initiating projects, launching new businesses, all that kind of thing. And then the full moon being the culmination, the bringing to fruition of whatever it is you've been working on. And then the waning moon being releasing and letting go. But at the end of that waning phase, there are 3 days called the dark moon phase, before the new moon appears in the sky, when the sky is dark. And this is called the dark moon phase. And it seems to be very ignored or not much worked with now. Although in more ancient times, the power of that phase was very much recognised and worked with. So this dark moon phase, and of course as soon as I mention the word dark, in comes all the conditioning of centuries of dark is evil, dark is scary, you must be afraid of the dark, it can have nothing but evil within it. And this of course is conditioning that is trying to stop us from claiming our full power. Because if you work with the dark, if you work with your shadow side, if you love, accept and embrace the dark as well as the light, therein lies unity, therein lies your power. So the dark moon phase invites you to step into the warm womb void of the Divine Mother Creatrix, from which all things come forth. It's the moment before birth happens, and I almost see it as that wonderful still moment at the end of your out-breath. As you exhale, there is a moment of stillness and peace. It's almost a bridge between life and death before you breathe in again. It's a pause moment, and heaven knows in this busy life and world we all need a moment of pause. But that darkness, that warm womb void space, is where you can rest. It is the place at the same time of both no thing and everything. It holds unlimited potential. And so sometimes sitting in this space can help us to see possibilities that we won't have seen before. And there's also an element, of course, when you're in the dark, of trust and faith. And this is where miracles can really happen. If you trust and surrender to your guidance, to the divine, to universal wisdom, then solutions and possibilities can be so much more exciting than you would have dreamed of for yourself. The dark moon phase is a time of incredible, rich, psychic and spiritual potential. So I would really encourage you, if you work with the moon already, please don't ignore this dark moon phase. It's a time of preparing for rebirth, preparing for birth. It's a time of renewal. And it can really, if you embrace it and walk into it with trust, surrender and faith, it can open you up to realms and understandings and wisdom that you can't access any other way. But it requires letting go of the fear of the dark and the nothingness. Embrace it. Allow that warm, dark, silky potential to fully embrace you, to fully hold you like a baby in the womb. And then you can unfold, and the seeds that you will then plant and release into the new moon will become fertile and properly grounded within this space of unlimited potential. And so that's why for my upcoming workshop, which I'm calling Present Day Priestess, I decided to hold it in that dark moon phase because it's a time of renewal. It's a time of going into the dark where secrets and hidden abilities and potentials are lying, and we need to go into that space in order to reveal them again, to release what has been hidden, what has been buried. We can release, unearth and bring them out into the open and into the light. So just think about that if you do work with the moon, or maybe at the next dark moon phase, just go outside and sit outside, absorbing that wonderful darkness, and include it in your rituals, in your honouring of cycles, because it's very important. And in honouring that dark moon phase, there is such power if you will allow it to work with you. So I hope that's given you some ideas maybe for the coming month or for maybe your next project, your next idea. And thank you for listening. I look forward to speaking to you again soon.